Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an SU-14-1. It's a Tier 7 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Cliff and it's under the command of Alehoh. Now this beautiful skin, just recently created by Jazz. It's absolutely fantastic. Beautiful green colour with the brown barrel. You can see one mark of excellence on Alehoh's barrel already. Now this Arty, devised from the T-35 heavy tank, it's an absolute monster. Very slow to move about, but it does have a very powerful gun. That is the B4 howitzer. It's got 203mm of caliber, and it can do alpha damage of 1050 if it can penetrate 52mm of armor. Okay, well, Alehoh's got it up into position, as now aiming for the hill. So I always tend to do this first shot, aim for the hill on the cliff, because you might catch somebody just going up the hill at the wrong moment and give them a whole world of trouble. Oh, well, back chat. Oh, didn't last very long. And it looks like none of the enemy tanks have actually made their way up to the hill. They just gathered together and shot at the Batchat as he came up on top. Well, Alehoh's fired a round in to try and do some damage to them. Nothing come back, so I'm not sure if he actually hit anything, but he's sitting behind a bush looking for a target. Might be easier if he used the click control key, holds down the control key and then click on the minimap with your right hand mouse button. It'll take you where you want to look straight away instead of having to scroll out. Some people do find it handy to scroll once they've actually gone to the area that they want to look at, if they want to move between targets. But it's a much quicker way of changing between vast areas of the map very, very quickly. Well, he's going for a Tiger 1, rounds out. And yes, he did get a direct hit. 440 hit points of damage. And changing position, the reload time is actually quite long, just under 43 seconds. So it does actually pay to change position after every shot. He has actually moved to one of the more obvious firing positions though, and that does invite some counter battery. There are two enemy Artys, the Lorraine 15550 and an M12, and they're both tier 7. Well, that target has actually been destroyed, but there's a Leo. Now, dialing in on that one. Looks good. Direct hit! 454 hit points. It's not a penetration shot, but it certainly did a lot of damage to him. He's down to 35% of his health. He wouldn't survive another shot like that. Now, we're looking around for a target to shoot at. And there's nothing really in sight at the moment. We can't hit the tanks on the other side of the lighthouse on the cliff edge because they're just holding too close to the edge. We might be able to get a shot on that T-34 if we're lucky. Okay, dialing in. It's a long time, about 7 seconds to dial in. And tank drivers think it's bad when they have to wait for 2 or 3 seconds to dial in. Yes, try playing Arty. It takes forever to dial in. And that round did hit the ground where the T-34 was last seen, but we didn't pick up any damage. Right, we've got an IS-3 just around the corner from the temple. Well, that area of columns, which I presume is a temple. This is supposed to represent a Greek island, this map. Going for the IS-3. Almost loaded. Now you don't get many rounds from this Arty, but it does do a lot of damage. And that's a direct hit for 524 hit points. A very nice shot. Direct on target. Looks like it might have hit the engine bay. That's why the damage was higher than we expected. Okay, we're now lining up a shot on one of the tanks that came around the cliff edge. got an Oni, which is this Japanese super heavy, a T-34, an American Tier 8 premium tank, heavy tank, and well, the other enemy that was around there was a Tiger 2. He just got wiped out, so don't have to worry about him. We're loaded. Going for the Oni? No, we don't need to fire. He's been killed, so that means there's just the T-34 now, but we don't know where he is. He's dropped out of sight. I think he's still sitting on that corner. Need someone to spot him for us. And, oh, that IS-3's come back. And he just killed our IS-3A. And he got stunned in the process. So it looks like he got hit by the GW Panther. Rounds out. Well, nothing's come back in the way of damage, but I suspect that IS-3 was still there. And you can see he's just changed position slightly. You can see if we can hit that UDES 14-5. Our GW Panther's changing position. Now looking for that IS-3 to appear, just in case he comes over the cliff edge. I don't think he has though, because the Carnarvon is coming down from the east, so from the lighthouse area. And so he would have seen the IS-3 if he was there, but he has seen this Jag Tiger rather. Round out. This should hit him. It did. 440 hit points of damage. It did a lot of damage to him. And they've spotted the UDES. Now, have they spotted the IS-3? Well, we're backing into this corner. Unfortunately, the GW is actually aiming at the moment. He has actually been hit. You can see he's lost all his hit points but 29. So obviously somebody managed to see him and counter battery him. But we're now lining up a shot. And which one are we going to go for? The IS-3? I think so. There he is. Now, can we get a shot? No, he's in the cover of that rock at the moment. He just took out our Carnarvon. No, we've got no shot on him whatsoever. We might be able to hit that M41 as he comes up. No. Rounds out. This might... Yes! Kills him! The splash was enough to wipe him out because he was a light tank. He's only got light armor. We still need to kill this Jag Tiger. And that IS-3. But there's only 5 tanks left on the enemy team. Well, the Jag Tiger just got hit by our GW Panther. You can see the stun. It always pays, since the 1.5 nerf, to actually let the stun die before you shoot. Now, in the past we would have shot at an enemy tank that was stunned, so the other Arty would actually pick up the stun assist from our shot. But now you wait until the stun dies so you don't get the multiplayer. And he actually took out that Jag Tiger. It was 322 hit points of damage. And that means there are only 3 enemy vehicles left. 2 of them are Arty. And there's the Jag Panther, which means that the Arty probably at this other end. We're looking for the tracer. Any sign that they're there? We're still loading. In overhead view, sometimes it helps to press the V key, and there the tracer will stand out more prominently when they shoot. There it is. Put the V key back in. He's behind that bush. Rounds out. And a kill shot. M12 disposed of. That's how you do counter battery. It's very easy once you know how. There is a tutorial video with Zoe Balls doing fantastic counter battery on some enemy tanks. If you look on her channel, you'll see many battles where she does that. She's quite an expert at counter battery. We're still waiting for the tracer. Can't see it. Oh, no, he's not there. He's over the other side. There you go. And he's been killed. So, game over. 3 kills. Let's see how well Alehoh did. And it's an ace tank for Alehoh in the SU-14-1. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. 11 he got in that game. And he picked up a Gore's medal as well, an epic medal. He did more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle during that game. Didn't pick up the high caliber though. In fact, actually, you can see, according to this list, he did get the highest damage, but it probably wasn't 20% or 25%. 20% I think it is, of the enemy hit pool in total. 3516 was the total he managed to get, highest damage. Next highest score was the IS with 2302, and then came the IKV 90 Type B with 2227. When it came to kills, it was actually the Leo who did best. He got 4 kills, and then there's 3 tanks with 3 kills apiece, the IS, Alehoh's SU-14-1, and the enemy IS-3. He got 3 as well. But when it came to base XP, it was the Leo who did best of all, 1,135 to him. I think that's probably an ace tanker. An ace tanker for Alehoh with 1,130, and the IS managed 1,085. He fired 10 rounds in that game. It's a very long reload. 6 direct hits, but no penetrations. Splash damage on 10. Damage of 3,516 hit points, and all of it was at more than 300 meters. He hit 8 of the enemy, that's more than half the enemy team, and killed 3 of the enemy, that's 1/5 of the enemy team. He also did stun assistance of 321 hit points off 7 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 37,424 credits, and after resupply of ammunition and consumables, he took away 27,036 credits. He received 1,130 XP and picked up in total 1,695. So there's obviously something missing there which we're not seeing. But anyway, very successful round, an ace tanker and a Gore's medal for Alehoh in the SU-14-1. A difficult Arty to play because it's so big. I found it easier to actually score the ace tanker using the 152mm gun, the BR2, and that's mainly because it's got a faster fire rate so you can hit more targets. But with the 203mm B4, it's more satisfying when you get those big hits on the enemy. And congratulations to Alehoh for some really decent shots there. If you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching this video.